Hello everybody, welcome back to Bag Only. This is of course my inventory only Ultimate Iron Man here on Oldschool Runescape. The rules of this account basically are I'm just playing a UIM, but I'm not allowed to use any additional storage, anything like death piling or any storage container, interface, NPC, not storing stuff in our costume room, in stash units, no looting bag, no rune pouch, no other containers, things like that. If you tuned into the last episode, you'll know that we spent almost a month doing Slayer pretty much solidly. We earned ourselves 3 combat skill capes in that time. We got the attack, defense and mage cape. We also earned a few tertiary levels in things like woodcutting, hunter, fletching, crafting, just quite a lot of melee progress basically, and we also knocked out those hard combat achievements as well. But for this episode specifically, we're going to be going straight back to Zulrah. Everyone loves a bit of Zulrah and we still have more uniques to get. We've done about 580 of the big snake now and we've just had a blowpipe. Of course the drop rate of all the uniques is around a 1 in 512, so ideally we would have seen all of them by now, but of course that's never how RNG works. So we're going to head back to Zulrah. We're going to try and get ourselves the Magic Fang and the Serp Helm, the 3 big uniques of the 4. With the Magic Fang we'll get over 10% more mage DPS with the upgraded trident and our mage setup, and then also with the Serp Helm we'll have an amazing strength helm which will also protect us from poison and venom in a whole bunch of places, so I definitely want both those 2 items before moving on. They'll both be essential for raids and stuff in a bit. But to start off with, we got ourselves a couple of clue scrolls here from fishing up a little bit of food to begin our bossing journey. Nothing from the medium, but we did actually get a Bandos page from the hard, which means we've now completed the Bandos book, which is kind of nice, and we also got some random piece of D-hide here for the collection log, which we're probably also going to alch. So for Zulrah on this account, I'm trying to keep as many hybrid pieces equipped as possible. Of course, we've got the Ring of Suffering to deal with the snakelings. We've got Boots of Brimstone, which are hybrid range and mage boots. We've actually got an imbued Slayer helm on because it has +3 in range and mage. And we have Barrow's gloves on as well. And we have a Fury switch into an Occult amulet because the Occult's just too good to not switch into. And then we have Carols and Arims and a blowpipe and a standard trident. That's our gear, that's our setup. We do 1 kill trips pretty much every single time. And we get anywhere from like 7.5 to 10 kills per hour here at Zulrah. So starting off here with about 580 kills, we've probably done about 70 hours of Zulrah already on the account. So hopefully these uniques don't take us too long. If we do get the Magic Fang first, that'll give us our Trident upgrade. Then we do have the option of diverting and going to do some Musper to upgrade our Imbued Heart, because we don't actually need the Serp Helm for Musper. But if we do get the Serp Helm first, then it'll make the remaining grind to get the Magic Fang so much easier, because we won't actually have to deal with Venom or anything here at the boss. So I'm hoping for the Serp Helm first, but I guess we'll just see what happens. And here we go, first kill back guys at Zulrah. See what we get today, some flax, death runes and scales, not very exciting stuff. There we go guys, 589 Zulrah's completed and we get our first drop of noted cooked manta rays. Always love to see those because of course they just allow us to resupply a lot quicker, have even better quality food, don't have to mess around with any cooking, just sets us up for the next few kills nicely. There we go guys, that's 600 Zulrah now completed on the account. Nothing exciting yet, unless you count grapes and Zulrah scales as exciting. So guys, here we are doing a bit of Zulrah. I'm a little bit hesitant to go into too much detail about Zulrah just because a couple of episodes back we did do a full month here at this boss. And of course I explained all the stuff about the boss, how you kill it, the gear we're using, the loot you get, you get noted bars and ores. Tree seeds, you get noted logs as well. So not only do we get fletching XP, we also get ourselves tons of farming XP from this boss. And we're using the Cure Me Luna spell to heal our venom down to poison. We're going through a lot of cosmics and astrals, but honestly, don't really mind the cost. Anything to make bossing as easy as possible on this limited account is what we're going for. And this is how I'm currently resupplying. I'm using even more of our cosmic and astral stash to swap onto spellbook swap, and then we can simply teleport to our house while on Lunas. Then we get our spec back here because the Ferox pool doesn't give us spec. We go back to the standard spellbook, we run over here, we run over to Ferox. I'll go in and out of Clan Wars to reset all our stats, which also resets our Imbued Heart, which is really nice. I'll unnote food. If we don't have any mantas, I'll go to the Legends Guild instead, do this with raw sharks and cook them till we have a full invent, and then I'll get 1 sip of range pot. And then with that, we're ready to go back. Just make sure we swap back to Lunas and all our stats are full and ready to go. And then with this, we simply head back to BJS, the really easy way to get back to Zulrah. I use my Imbued Heart, I use my ranging sip, and then we're buffed up in both styles. And then just like you saw in the previous kill, we kill Zulrah, and that's the loop. We'll be doing this until we get these 1 in 1000 uniques. Of course we get 2 rolls of loot every kill, so it's more like 1 in 512. See you guys when we next get an interesting drop or an interesting KC. Here we are guys, 611 Zulrahs, and there's a rune spear on the floor. I've also had a rune battle axe earlier on. I just hate this game. Okay guys, here we are on Dragontooth Island. I've managed to do an elite clue from Zulrah. I think the only thing we've ever had really from an elite clue on this account is the rainbow wig in one of the episodes, just a cosmetic thing, so hopefully we get something good, but they're always disappointing. So let's see what we get. Yep, disappointing. Hey you guys, here I am just doing a little bit of AFK fishing. We're actually about to get a fishing level, which is kind of wild. The last time we got a fishing level was way back when, even before we did barrows, when we got 91 fishing to +5 boost and barehanded shark at 96. And here we go, there's 92 fishing, so we're now halfway through fishing, of course. Just came to AFK these Zulrah eels, these sacred eels just here next to Zulrah. For those of you not in the know about this fishing method, it's not very good XP an hour, it's about 15k an hour for us at the minute. But what you do get out of these guys is a nice bit of cooking XP when you chop them with a knife. And then they turn into a stack of Zulrah scales, the same scales you use to power your Zulrah items. There's really nothing left in fishing, of course. There's the aforementioned barehanded sharks at 96, which we never need to catch. You get minnows at like 82 or whatever, and they're far better than barehanding sharks. And then after that, it's just the fishing cape at 99, which is a decent teleport, but not really essential for the account. It's nothing really good coming up in fishing, but of course we're always just slowly and passively working our way towards that max cape. Right guys, familiar sites, you know where we are, it's the Tears of Gothic's Cave, of course. Nice 215 tiers here coming in. Really should do those 2 new quests, because I think it pushes you up to 300 ticks in Tears of Gothic's, which is kind of crazy. But there it is, our weekly 14,000 XP. We're now only 120k away from 82, which is the only level we've ever wanted from our Herblore. Maybe we'll get that before we're done at Zulrah, depending how our luck goes. And there we are, everybody, 650 Zulrah now complete on the account, and we get ourselves some Chaos Runes and a Snapdragon Seed for that one. So guys, one thing that's really cool about doing Zulrah, like I mentioned in the last episode, is just how much farming XP you do get. Of course, there's not really anything left in the farming skill until 99 now, but if you do take a look up here at our timers plugin, you'll see that every single patch in the game is now full with a seed that is currently being grown. We've got Celastris going, we've got Calquats going, we've got papayas in every single patch. In the inventory here, we've got 2 more papayas and a palm ready to be replanted tomorrow when these ones are ready. Then we've got a couple of normal trees growing, we've got a magic tree, of course, in the Fally patch that doesn't need protection, then 2 maples just in other patches, and we've got so many herbs in every patch as well. So Zulrah truly is incredible for getting farming XP. It's just not very good for uniques, it seems, on the account. Right guys, it's a brand new day. Here we are doing a little bit of farming. Gonna check one of these trees, and here's our first farming level from this batch of Zulrah kills. There's 91 farming coming in. Like I mentioned in the last clip, this gives you a bunch of stuff like 2 spirit trees and the ability to do a Falador elite task by digging up some magic roots. But of course, we've already boosted and done those a long time ago, and now there's no more unlocks till 99 farming. The farming cape is actually kind of useful, so we will still be working towards farming as and when we want to. But yeah, just a level there for you. And we are back in the Zulrah Den, gamers, and we get ourselves today some steel arrows and some scales. I didn't know you could even get steel arrows here. No, that's a 1 in 1800 rare drop table roll. So of course, rarer than all the uniques once again. So we've now had, you know, Addy Javelins tons of times at this boss, rune spears, and now steel arrows. Kind of a weird one. And we are back, boys, for 701 Zulrahs, and we get an uncut ruby. I don't want to know. And here we are on Zulrah 725, and it's our first unique of the video, and it's a blowpipe. That's right, we've now done 725 Zulrah kills, and we've had 2 blowpipes. Sad to see a duplicate, but you can actually dismantle all the uniques from Zulrah into 20k scales. So I did end up doing that with this blowpipe at least, even though, you know, scales aren't super valuable for us. We're getting more than we're using anyway. So yeah, very disappointing to see a duplicate, but you know, I'm sure our luck will change at some stage. So after the disappointment of a second blowpipe, here's even more disappointment, a rare drop table roll of another uncut emerald. So we've had all the gems now from the rare drop table on this boss. Absolute insanity. And speaking of insanity, 4 kills after that blowpipe you just saw. Here's blowpipe number 3 on the account. Guys, there it is. I've just come back, kill 729, and there's blowpipe 3. Oh, I hate this game. Here we go, guys, yet another rare drop table roll of silver ore, because this game genuinely hates us. But there's 742 kills now complete. Okay guys, here we are, coming in is 750 Zulrahs. As you can see, once again, nothing, just death runes and scales. I thought I'd just really quickly go over what we have received so far. I think it's time for a check-in. Not only have we had 3 blowpipes, we've also received such things as 5 rune battle axes. They're 1 in 1100, so rarer than the uniques. We've also received 2 rune bars, a rune spear, which is a very painful 1 in 3800. 3 rolls of steel arrows, they're 1 in 1800. Double silver ore, another 1 in 1800. 1800. And then as you can see, we've had the 67 nature rune drop, also rarer than all the uniques. And then we've also had 3 lots of Addy Javelins. Uncut Ruby, almost 1 in 3k to pull one of those. Uncut Emerald, 1 in 1400, had that twice. And then a nice modest 1 in 705 Sapphire that we've had twice. So we've genuinely had an insane amount of really rare drop table rolls. And we've not had the 2 most useful uniques from this boss yet, which of course are the Serp Helm to make us immune to the venom, and the Magic Fang to give us 3 or 4 more max hits. So very, very sad we've only had the blowpipe, but we'll just keep trucking on. So I don't really want to keep harking on about this rare drop table stuff. It's going to get tiresome eventually, but I thought it's probably worth pointing out this one. Here's a shield left half from Zulrah, a 1 in 7,400. That's rarer than, of course, the pet, the jar, all the uniques, everything. And then also following that up, within the next 50 kills, is another 1 in 1,200 rune battle axe to add to the 5 we've already seen. At this point in the account, regardless of the luck with our Zulrah uniques, we have been getting noted herbs and seeds from Zulrah, and we've been able to slowly in the background progress our Herblore skill along with those Tears of Gothics clips you guys always love. So yeah, we're now actually 60k away from 82, which long-time viewers will know is our Herblore goal. We've had that since the very beginning of the account, because of course at 82 Herblore with a spicy stew, we can hit 87, and that's the level to make the basic tier of anti-venom potions, one of which we need to complete the Karamja Elite Diary. It's the only step we have left, which will give us a nice 50k lamp and the Karamja Gloves 4, allowing us to teleport straight to Doradel. And then also with 10 of these anti-venoms, we'll be able to upgrade the pool in our house finally to the healing pool. We're going to make a lot of effort every time we get seeds, herbs, all that kind of stuff to go out of our way and do our farm runs just to nail this last level, because unlocking both these things, a diary and a pool for the house, is going to be massive. If at least we don't see any more Zulrah uniques for a while, at least we'll have unlocked something big this episode. And here it is, guys, 850 Zulrah down. And there's a D-Med and some Addy bars and some scales for that one. We should have expected to see 6 to 7 uniques in total by this KC, and we've seen 3. So we're less than half the drop rate for uniques in general, and the 3 that we have seen have all been the same. Not really much better off than we were at the start, to be honest. I mean, the Crystal Bow wasn't much worse than the Blowpipe, so yeah. Okay guys, here we are, Zulrah number 887. We started off this episode 8 days ago in real time at 587 kills. That's 300 Zulrah done in this episode. I've really not recorded that many clips because there's been almost nothing to talk about. Once you've seen me kill 1 Zulrah, you've seen me kill almost 900. Okay guys, you already know what it is. We're here in the Tears of Gothics cave. I didn't think we'd actually get this 82 Herblore this episode, but chances are we're probably going to get this level before we get our Zulrah unique. So we might be looking at the Ornate Pool this episode and the Karamja Elite Diary, which is just insane. 29k left. Can't believe it. I'm really not looking forward to having to get a cat and do all the stews and spices again. But since it's 2 super high level upgrades that we'll get at 87 Herblore, it's definitely going to be worth it. But there we go. Probably get this in the next week or 2, I guess. And there it is, guys, the defeated 900th giant snake boss. Yeah, nothing more to say than I had to say back at 700, 800, 850. We've had nothing since, but there you go. Right, guys, here we are. There's 950. It's another 50 kills since the last ones. And here it is, guys, 120 plus hours of the big snake boss, and there it is, 1,000 Zulrah completed. So in these 1,000 kills, we should have expected to have seen 7.8 uniques in total of any of the 4 here from the boss, and we've seen 3, and they were all the same. So we're so unbelievably, incredibly unlucky at the minute. Right, guys, bit of a different clip here, something to change it up. I'm going to grab a cat real quick from Gertrude, because of course we've not allowed ourselves to store pets if they have any actual functional use. So we've only got cosmetic pets in the house, of course, minus the pet rock we had to do for the diary once. But yeah, we're going to get ourselves a new cat because we are super, super, super close to this 82 Herblore that we've been working towards since the very beginning of the account. So either in 1 more week of Tears of Gothics, or if we get some noted Toadflax or noted Dwarfweed from Zulrah, then we'll probably have this level and be ready to boost to 87. What we need to do is get the 10 noted drop of Antidote ++s from Zulrah, and then you just combine those with Zulrah scales, which we also get from Zulrah. And also we'll be making those on Karamja while standing in a certain spot in Brimhaven. So we'll just make 10 of them there at once, because of course we'll have to make 10 for our POH, and we don't want to boost twice with spicy stews to hit a +5. But there we go. 1024 Zulrah. We're now double dry on every single unique, so we should have expected to have seen 2 Uncut Onyxes, and 2 Tans Fangs, and 2 Serp Helms, and 2 Magic Fangs. All we've received is this blowpipe 3 times. The other 2 blowpipes, of course, I've broken them down into the 20k scales or whatever. And so that's it. That's the Zulrah adventure for now. We will be doing more this episode, don't you worry, but I need a break. So what we're going to work on instead is, like I say, working on this particular Herblore level. We'll go just sell off our stuff, we'll sell our Chaos Runes, and then we'll go cook all of these sharks, probably at the Hasidious place with the cooking gauntlets on to get the most experience out of them possible. And then with that clean inventory, we'll go do some herb runs, we'll go buy the Magic Secateurs back, try and get ourselves 12,000 XP, and then hopefully in the next few hours, once this kitten's done, we'll go try doing spicy stews and getting the Ornate Pool and the Karamja Diary done. Right guys, there it is, as expected. There's our 89 cooking that we've just grabbed, used most of the sharks. We've got 600 odd left, so we'll be making a little bit of progress towards 90 as well with this last 600. We should get almost a quarter of the way through this level, which is cool, but like I say, we're not in a rush to get 90 until we need the 90 Herblore as well to complete that Varrock Diary. But it's just nice to use these sharks up instead of dropping them, then we can go do our Herblore. Hello everybody, here we are at the Herblore Guild, also known as the Zamorak Dungeon or whatever it's called. So I've been grinding away since we've stopped doing Zulrah, farming, doing herbivores, getting a nice stack of unfinished Dwarfweed potions, and with all of these and all the farming and Herblore we've been doing, there it is. 82 Herblore on the account, the level we wanted since the very, very start of this account. I knew this would be the Herblore level to go for. Obviously, there's more potions coming up after 82, but this is the big one. But to make the Ornate Pool in your house, which is the absolute best pool, it's 90 construction, so we're going to have to get our Crystal Saw, we're going to have to drink a tea boost, and also we're going to need to do a lot of inventory juggling as well, because we need 10 unnoted 4-dose anti-venoms, we need 5 gold leaves we'll have to go buy from Keldagrim, we'll need 1,000 blood runes, and then of course we'll need the Crystal Saw and a hammer. So we're going to need 18 invent spaces to make this pool, and that's not even including a space for the actual stew itself. The good thing about making the anti-venoms though is we don't have to stew and make those at our house. What we can do is stew up and make those at Karamja, which will trigger this diary and then also give us the potions we need. We can go to the Grand Exchange and just note those anti-venoms down to like 1 doses in a single slot or something, and then unnote them back into 10s when we're ready to attempt to make the Ornate Pool. What we can also do, which is kind of nice with 82 Herblore specifically, we've got 2 things left for Kandarin Elite, as you can see here. We need to complete Barbarian Assault, which I just don't want to do at the minute, but the other step in question is this Make a Stamina mix in Seer's Village. This only needs 86 Herblore, so we could have done this last level with the stew, but now we can do this with a Botanical Pie boost of only +4. So if we do want to mess around, do some agility, make a single stamina pot, go catch some fish, get some caviar, pie boost up and do this step, we can now do that as well, but that's not the focus of today, that's just a bonus. So I'm just going to telegrab a couple more wines, finish these last 3 potions, go to the GE, note these down into our stack, and then we'll go get our stuff together to attempt to do some stew boosts and make these anti-venoms, so I'll see you there. Right guys, got 1 stew attempt set up, so let's grab ourselves 10 antidote 4s, as you can see, unnoted. It's not that hard to get over to Brimhaven, but we do have to just do a little bit of a run to get over to the Horseshoe Mine, which is where we specifically need to be in order to craft these for that diary. So here we go, first one, will we get ourselves 87 Herblore? Let's see. +2 woodcutting, no. Okay, so yeah, I feel like I'm going to have to probably note down these antidotes back into the stack every attempt. Go back to Edgeville, get 1 stew, because it's all we can fit in the inventory, unnote and decant these back into 4s to fit 10 in the inventory, come back, do another attempt. So I have no idea how long this is going to take, if you consider how long it takes just to get the spice, but yeah, I'll clue you guys in a bit. That's stew attempt number 1. Right guys, we're back. Stew number 2 coming in. The buff time is ready, so let's go. Stew number 2, +5 Herblore, please. +1. I mean, you know, better than nothing. Guys, look at all the orange spice on the ground. I swear when you want orange for, like, the important boosts, like construction and stuff, you never get it. But look, there's a 3, a 4, a 4, a 3, and a 3 all on the ground, and then the rest is all red. I'm just here for brown, but Jesus. I've never seen so much orange spice in one place. Stew 6, guys, you know what it is already. Herblore 87, oh my god, can we do it? Can we do it? Can we do it? Okay, there's Karamja Elite complete. We've got 15 seconds. I think it'll still make them even though we're still going. Oh my god, there it is, guys. 10 anti-venom 4s and the Karamja Elite Diary complete. That is sick. We'll go talk about Karamja Elite in a bit, but we're going to focus on the construction aspect now. So we no longer need our antidotes. I just need to be really, really careful to not drink any of these, because of course if I accidentally drink one of these anti-venoms, we'll have to boost again, even one sip. So I'll go log my main in, we'll drop some stuff over. We need to find ourselves, like I say, about 17 inventory spaces. I still don't want to get rid of my Zulrah supplies, but we may have to get rid of some of them. I'm thinking maybe we'll get rid of these prayer potions, to be honest. We've got 1700 doses of Super Restore, and after we're done at Zulrah and Muspa, we'll be ditching all our supplies. So we might just drop over the prayer potions now. We'll definitely drop over the antidotes. I may drop over the mantas as well, and then when we go back to Zulrah, we'll just start off with a couple of sharks. So yeah, like I say, we'll go drop over, I think, our prayer pots, I guess these vials as well, these antidotes because they are worth a little bit of money, these manta rays just because they're wasting space, and then we'll figure out some way to make the rest of these spaces so we can go get a crystal saw, a hammer, 5 gold leaves, 1,000 blood roots, and some anti-venoms, and get that upgrade in our POH, so see you there. Right guys, here's the trusty main stood under us. Let's drop loads of stuff. I'm actually tempted, this sounds crazy, to drop my stack of Zulrah scales as well, because we need to go back to Zulrah anyway. We'll be earning more scales while we're there, and I've just realised I need a lot more inventory space than I thought. So there we go, we're dropping over like 17 mil worth of stuff, 600k worth of prayer pots, 130k worth of mantas, 200k in the rest of those antidotes, and the big 15.6 mil in scales dropped over to the main. A few more inventory spaces on this account, which is kind of nice. Right guys, next step, we've got our crystal saw, we've got our 10 anti-venoms. What we need now is 5 gold leaves, which we can just buy. But one thing we also need is 1,000 blood runes, and considering we need to spend money on 5 gold leaves as well for this ornate pool, we're just going to make our own blood runes. Normally, I think at good efficiency, you can make like 1,000 an hour. So yeah, just going to come to Zaya, and we're just going to make our own blood runes until we get 1,000 of them to save the money of buying them, because for Iron Men, they're like 450 each, and I don't want to spend 500,000 on 1k blood runes. Okay guys, real quick, we're just going to go grab the Karamja Elite Diary rewards, just because I kind of have the invent space now to talk about it. Karamja Elite is now complete thanks to making those anti-venoms earlier, so we can get our rewards, the exclusive Karamja Gloves 4, which are absolutely insane, so much better than the Karamja Gloves 3. Of course, we can reclaim these like any other diary item from Purdue here in Lumbridge or any other town where he resides, and instead of teleporting to the gem mine only, they now get an additional teleport over to Doradel, which is insane. Before, every time we wanted a new Slayer task, we'd have to teleport here, teleport up here, run all the way over to this building, the other side of Shiloh, but now we can go straight to Doradel with these gloves, which is insane. It's probably going to save us about a minute every time we want a new Slayer task. So in the process of going for these next 2 Slayer levels, whenever we do so, it might save like an hour or 2 hours of just running time. So these are really good, obviously reclaimable for 200 GP in Lumbridge, so that's awesome. And we also get ourselves an amazing 50k XP lamp, which will always go into Herblore. I figure that'll probably be the last skill we ever get to 99, so all the XP is still going to be funneled into there every week at Tears of Guthics and every other quest reward that we can. But the Karamja Diary, I believe, was the first one they released in Old School, and the rewards are kind of showing their age a little bit. You get a 10% chance to get double the Agility Arena tickets, just where I showed you where the Diary Master was in that minigame. You get a free usage of a bunch of stuff in Shiloh Village, like the furnace, the cart system, and then you get a bunch of bonuses inside the Brimhaven dungeon, which no one ever goes in, because again, dead content. So a lot of the rewards are kind of bad, but we did get ourselves an awesome 50k lamp, some nice teleport gloves, and yeah, another greened off diary in here. Right guys, off to Keldgrim to buy our gold leaves for this ornate pool, then we'll almost have everything. I've decided I'm not actually going to use the POH cup of tea method to get the +3 boost. We're just going to use the crystal saw and a stew. We just need a +3 from the stew, which is not a big ask. So there we go, hopping worlds to buy 5 gold leaves for the cheapest possible price. Okay guys, here we are, we've got ourselves an orange spicy stew. We need the cat in the inventory, sadly, we can't put it in our POH house thing because it's against the rules. And yeah, you can't have a cat following you in build mode, it has to be in the invent. So we need that guy. We need to make 4 more spaces, like I say, for these anti-venoms to do this. So what we can do now is drop our range pots, our super restores, our eternal crystal, and our money, and then we can unnote our anti-venoms on this, and then we can teleport outside our house real quick. We've still got the runes on us, and then we need to go in here, go in build mode, pray to the gods of RuneScape for a +3, right click this, upgrade this, and there we got a +0, so we need to really quickly now go back to Seers. This is really spooky. We can drop our cat, drop just some other junk real quick, get this stuff back. You know what, I'll drop the Eternal Gem because other people can't see that. That makes the most sense. Then we'll really quickly go to our house in normal mode. This is the kind of thing that I have to juggle that I don't normally show because it's not super interesting, but it takes a lot of thought to do this. So decant into ones, everything will be turned into ones. Takes ages to do because this is coded really badly. Decant everything back into fours, really quickly go grab our gold leaves, and then back to seers. And then before this despawns, we can get it back. There we go. So that's pretty much what we have to do every attempt, but like I say, we've got a 3 out of 11 chance for this stew to give us the level we need, so it shouldn't be too many attempts, but it's so scary to actually do it. So what we need to do now is just go back, get another spicy stew pre-prepared, have the exact same inventory setup that I just showed you, and just do it all again, basically. So let's go. Don't even look at it, just do it. Cool, off to Sears. What do we actually get there? We got a +4, so there you go. Only took 2 attempts to get a +4. Just grab all the important stuff back real quick. And there it is. The ornate pool's done in the house, guys. That was unnecessarily stressful, but that's just how stew boosting on this account goes. We can't store anything anywhere. But we finally got it, the ornate pool. Now this thing is insane. It's super, super good. It refills your spec, it refills your run, it refills your prayer. It also cures poison, cures venom, and refills your health. The only thing it doesn't do is reset the cooldown of your imbued heart. As you can see, if you use this, then you use the pool, you still can't use your imbued heart for 7 minutes, which for now actually kind of sucks. However, once we do go to the Phantom Musper and upgrade this heart into the saturated heart, which is a better version, the buff on it actually doesn't decay for the entire duration, so there's no need to ever reset the cooldown of the imbued heart, really. But for like casual Slayer or other bosses where we're getting 1 kill trips, it should really shorten the time that we spend resupplying by having to go to one of these other 2 pools now. We can get our health back in our house, which is insane. But I'm so glad we have this done. Our house is now literally a maxed house. The only thing we haven't done is put every single portal in the Nexus, but we've already got all the ones we want and need, so there's no point doing that. And the other thing that we haven't done is combine the Spirit Tree and the Fairy Ring into one space, which means instead of running over here to use the Spirit Tree, we could right-click this and have it be a Spirit Tree as well. But we'll do that in the future, but for now, that is the maxed POH, guys. We've got everything. And that's all the things we wanted, really, with our 82 + 5 Herblore. We're still going to be using Cure Me when we do go back to Zulrah. We're not going to stew up and make these. But hopefully the Serpentine Helm will come soon, and we won't need to worry about anti-venom in any form ever again. Hello, everybody, back again, just for a farming level coming in. 92 farming we're going to get from this potato cactus plant that I'm only picking literally because we were close to this level. So there it is, 92 farming on the account, halfway to 99. Probably be a long time till we get there, but there's a farming level for you anyway. So with that Herblore level gained, our Karamja diary done, and the ornate pool finally finished, it was once again back to Zulrah. Here's KC 1050 at the Big Snake for some rare drop table lore runes, you always love to see it. And here, just a mere 20 kills later, it's a big one. Oh, I got a Serp Visage. Oh my god, I'm so happy. Yay! 1071 KC. Oh, that's so good. Right, gamers, today is the day. I can't believe it. 1,071 Zulrah kills on the account. We got ourselves the Serp Visage, which, for those of you who somehow don't know, we can turn into a Serpentine Helm. There we go. 120 crafting XP as well. God, I'm so happy. I've been here like 5-6 weeks doing this boss. But this is what it's all been for. Let's charge this bad boy up. We've got 10,000 scales we can put inside, and there we go. We now have the Serpentine Helm. As you can see, 5 melee strength and just disgusting defenses. Nearly 60 in all the defenses, obviously, except magic. Looks super cool. We actually now look like we're playing the game properly. It does have a slight negative in mage and range, but it's going to make up for that massively by not requiring us to bring astrals or cosmics anymore to Zulrah. We don't need to worry about poison or venom. The helm will passively prevent either of those effects from being applied to our account, as long as we keep it charged with scales, which of course we will do because every single kill we do at Zulrah will get loads of scales. All we need now from the big stinking snake is of course the magic Fang. If we see any of these other tertiary drops like the Pet, the Jar, the Mutagens, or the Onyx, that will also be cool, but we don't need those. We're not going to count those towards finishing Zulrah. To unlock ourselves the Corrupted Gauntlet that I mentioned a few episodes back, all we want are these 3 Visages / Fangs, and we've got 2 of the 3 now. I definitely wanted this one first, because it makes a lot more difference to the kills. Now that we don't need to bring Astrals or Cosmics in order to cure our poison or venom, it means we also don't need to be on the Lunar Spellbook now when killing Zulrah. I think we're going to have to also get rid of our Slayer Helm now. We don't really need it in terms of the invent space, but I am wondering whether or not to just go for 99 Slayer now, just because we already have a Slayer Helm on us. Like I mentioned before, here's kind of the plan for the account, guys. As soon as we finish Zulrah, one more item, the Magic Fang, we'll go to the Musper, because we already have the gear for Musper. It's range and mage, the same as it is for Zulrah, until we get enough dust to upgrade this Imbued Heart into the Saturated Heart, give us more max hits with mage, and then with those two bosses done, we're going to ditch our range gear, because we'll be replacing it in future with that Bofa, and then while we only have magic gear on us before we go to the Gauntlet for our Bofa, we'll go get 99 Construction. Now, the 99 Construction is going to cost us around 20 mil if we do Mahogany Homes and chop our own logs, which we will be doing, so we need to find that money somewhere, and one of the ways we could get that money is just to do Slayer with melee, keep the costs down, don't do barraging, just do very slow chill Slayer and alch all the drops, save all the money up, and try and get 20 mil cash. It might be worth putting a pause on Zulrah for now, even though we just got this helmet, and maybe go finish off Slayer and stack up a load of cash, and then we'll have that money for 99 Construction as soon as we're done at Zulrah and Musper. So yeah, I think for now we'll go try a couple more Zulrah kills, see if we get lucky, see if it's a double drop kind of day, and see if we get this Trident of the Seas upgraded today, and then if not, we might decide just on the side to go do some chill Proselyte melee Slayer, and try and just earn a little bit of cash. So with our Serpentine Helm finally on the account, we need to get rid of this Slayer Helm, and that means going to do our Slayer, finishing off this 1.5 levels or whatever to 99. It doesn't sound like much, but that is still 3 million XP, so it's about a quarter of the entire way to 99 in itself. I did some Tazars, a lot of Tazars, because I still had those turned on for some reason. Here's a task where I got 3 Obby Shields in a single task. Keep getting insane luck at Tazars, and every time we do the task, I sell the equipment with the Kramja gloves on for Tokkul, and then use that to chisel down sapphires and emeralds from the gem shop, and just drop them on the floor for some crafting experience. Also in the Slayer, we got ourselves the Giant's Champion Scroll, which is a 1 in 5,000. Sounds really rare, but we have actually done 5,400 Fire Giants at this stage, so we have earned this. Just went and did that at the Champions Guild. We're now 3 out of 8, or whatever it is, for the Champions Cape, which is cool. Probably won't ever go for the Jogers and the Earth Warriors and all those other ones, but it is nice to just get little things like this done. Speaking of other cool drops, here's a hard casket from Slayer containing the final Saradomin book page we needed, the page 3, so that book is now completed. We're just missing the Guthix page 1 and a War Blessing, and also the Master Scroll Teleport book that we're not allowed to use on this account, and we'll have completed all the shared Clue Scroll rewards, which is cool. Hey guys, just thought I'd clue you in a little bit here, doing some gargoyles here with all the boys. I think this guy here is AFK and he's on about 5 health. I guess that's something to keep an eye on, at least for entertainment. Just as a bit of a check-in, I've been doing Slayer for quite a few days now, probably about 4 days since we got our Serp Helm, something like that, just as a little break from Zulrah. But for now we are just doing a bit of Slayer and we're making a bit of money. And there he goes! Reno Mirsky has perished to a 5 from that gargoyle. Rest in peace, buddy. But yeah, as you can see, we've now got 6.7 mil cash. We had about 1.5 mil when we were at Zulrah, so we've made around 5 mil from Slayer. I knew Slayer would be excellent for money. I've been meleeing every task, of course, because doing barraging is super expensive, and the goal here is to make cash. But yeah, I've done some great tasks. I've done a couple of gargoyles, a couple of long Necreal extended tasks with melee, a couple of Dust Devil tasks, loads of Blood Velds, and our Slayer is now 180k away from 98, and then we'll be on the last level towards 99. It may be that we end up with around 20 mil cash by the time we get to 99 Slayer. It seems like those things are probably going to average out kind of well. I guess we'll see, because we're going to send it. Still got a DSIM. I've done, I think, 4 demon tasks so far from Doradel, and not been blessed with a whip. Just been doing them as and when they are assigned. I think they're one of Doradel's most common tasks, so we do a lot of those tasks, but I'm not going to go out of my way to get one, because of course as soon as we are done with 99 Slayer, we'll once again be alching or dropping our melee stuff, and then finishing off that Magic Fang. So yeah, bit of a check-in, 6.7 mil, RIP to our boy here who died to Gargs, and we're approaching 98 Slayer, so maybe see you there in a couple of days. Hey you guys, here we are once again in an all too familiar cave. This is of course the Tears of Guthix. Once again, it means it's been another week. Of course we've hit our Herblore goal this episode of 82 Herblore, which was always the goal from the start, but there's 13k more in that. But as we do approach, 83, 84, 85 in our Herblore through these weeks of Tears of Guthix and herb drops from bosses, then we are going to start approaching both our woodcutting, our fire making and our construction, as well as our hunter. So we're going to have to do a little bit more skilling to push those up, but of course woodcutting, fire making super easy, hunter's quite easy. and we will be sending 99 construction in the near future as well, so not too much of an issue. We still want 90 Herblore one day for those super combats. So yeah, I got a lot of Herblore XP still to earn. Currently on a Dust Devil task though, so I'm going to go back to doing that. I'll see you later. Oh no guys, once again the world's worst YouTuber here, missing a huge level. Just got 98 Slayer here at the Dark Beasts. Been really trucking away with Slayer for like the past week. And there you go. So we just need ourselves 1.2 mil will be 99. Hey guys, there we go. This is our 6th Abyssal Demon task on this current bout of Slayer. We finally get a whip upgrade from the DSim. I think at one point our kill tracker might have been reset, but I have 5 whips in there currently. So this is at least our 5th whip here on bag only. But once again, we can now actually do some proper DPS over the sim. Still 800k Slayer left to go, so this is going to make a nice difference for these last, I don't know, 50 hours of Slayer we have left or something. But yeah, really enjoying Slayer. We're on 12 mil cash as well, just as a check-in, 12.96. Really wish they'd update the cash thing to show like another decimal point, so it's not just 12 mil, it would show maybe 12.9 mil. But yeah, Abyssal Whip back on the account. I haven't gone for D-Boots, I explained why. We always go dry on D-Boots, but yeah, really happy to get a whip back. Ahoy yang, here we are just doing a bit of gargoyling. I thought I'd just do a random clip of gargoyles because I've really not done that many clips over the past like 2 weeks of playing. I've probably recorded like 30 seconds of footage or something. So quick check-in for you, we're now 375k away from 99 Slayer, so that's probably about 3 days away, something like that. And in terms of our money progress, we're now at 16.1 mil. Of course, gargoyles and stuff are lovely tasks for GP. About 3 more days left, we should have that Slayer cape, and hopefully by then as well, we'll at least be close to our goal of around 20 mil cash. If we don't get there, that's fine. We'll probably move over to Amethyst Rocks or something, just sell some Javelin heads to make up the rest of the cash. We could even do that later after Zulrah. There's no real immediate need to get this cash now. It's just nice to have it out the way, and then we can go back and use our Serp Helm for the rest of the kills until we get the magic Fang. Right guys, here we are in everyone's favourite place, Evil Dave's basement. Of course you know what it is, it's a hard clue from Slayer. There we go guys, red D'hide Chaps G in this clue. Some coins, some lore runes, some Ironworth camp tellies will be dropping, and a peaceful blessing will also be dropping. So actually a pretty decent clue there, back to Slayer. Hey guys, another thing I'm sure you've noticed in these last few clips, but this stack of Snapdragon seeds I've been keeping in the inventory here is just growing and growing because I'm doing so many Necreal tasks, along with Dagonoths, which we don't skip because they're such a good task in the Catacombs. So we now have 29 Snapdragon seeds on us. If you take a look real quick at the timers plugin on the side here though, you can see the state of our herb patches is quite a mess. We have different herbs in almost every single patch here. So to use up all these Snapdragon seeds, I really need to get rid of all these different herbs that are currently planted around the game. I'm going to need different secondaries for all of them, so we're going to have to go tackle each of these kind of one type of herb at once. So I'm just going to take a little bit of a break from Slayer today and just knock out this Herblore, clear up every single one of these patches, turn all these herbs into something, and then get a nice little bit of Herblore XP from it to use these seeds up. There you guys, quick Hespori, got a seed from some herbs there. Really, really nice having this Serp Helm on. Of course, it's a really good melee helm with 5 strength, and it also makes us immune to venom and poison, so Hespori can't poison us, and we can do some really disgusting whip hits here. They're hitting like 43s and stuff, even though we're not on a Slayer task. See if we get anything from Hespori today. Probably not. Of course, we've already had the bucket for the log. The only thing we could get here is the farming pet. But there we go, a second bucket. Lovely. So that'll be a drop trade over to the main, and 2 Atas seeds, which I'm not even going to use. And since we were in the mood to do a little bit of farming and Herblore content, I decided to go make that stamina mix I mentioned earlier this episode for the Kandarin Elite Diary. I went to the fruit stalls, stole the fruit top, I think it's a 1 in 50 or a 1 in 100, turned that into a pie, and then I spent like 40 minutes running around the Relica course to get 10 marks of grace. It was really slow, and then with that and some Avantos I already picked, I went to the swamp, turned those into super energies, put the crystals inside to make stamina potions, and then went to the Seer's rooftop, put some caviar in from barbarian fishing, and made a fishing mix too, which now leaves us with just a single thing left for Kandarin Elite when we do fancy going and doing the really long grind to get every Barb Assault roll to level 5. Hello everybody, welcome back to the gaming zone, where I've been doing Slayer for the past 12 days non-stop, and there it is everyone, 99 Slayer on the bag only Ultimate Iron Man. That is now, what, 6th 99? No, 7th 99 on the game. That's insane. All the boys going nuts there in the chat. Shout out the clan literal gods. Oh, we got ourselves a marble gargoyle as well. So let's kill this, see if we're blessed with another superior Slayer drop as we talk about the journey we've just done in 99 Slayer. As you saw at the end of the Zulrah, when we picked up the Serp Helm, I decided to have a little bit of a break. The goal was, of course, to come make money doing Slayer. And it's actually actually worked out almost perfectly. I assumed we'd get around 20 mil cash, and as you can see, we've just surpassed 20 mil on this very task. A nice little detour coming to finish off Slayer also gives us a reason now to ditch this Slayer helm, which is also good, because when we do go back to Zulrah, we can now equip the SERP and have an extra space in the inventory, because we don't really need the Slayer helm. The Slayer helm's of course not too hard to get back, but it just means we won't need to get one now until we come back to Slayer in future and do like boss Slayer and stuff. Speaking of doing boss Slayer, now we're 99 Slayer, we can actually go pick up the Slayer cape from Doradel, which is cool. Of course we can teleport straight to Doradel with these Karamja gloves 4, and like I say, what this Slayer cape does, one of the most iconic capes in the game probably, it gives you a 10% chance when you talk to a Slayer Master for a task, they might give you the same one again. As you can see, didn't work out here, but we're not going to go kill Hellhounds, we're done with Slayer for now, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, very, very stylish. Let's check the emote, because that's just something you do when you get a cape on a series. We get attacked by a Toroth, pretty cool. As you can see now, we've got a load of Snapdragons to go make. But there we go, guys. 99 Slayer coming in on the account. Probably get back to doing some Zulrah for the rest of this video, try and knock out that magic Fang, end the video there. And then after that, the next episode we'll probably be looking into some Musper to upgrade our Imbued Heart, and then we'll be going for our 99 construction grind, which will be very tedious. So yeah, really, really happy with this. See you guys in a bit. Right guys, we are back, but there's 92 fletching coming in, the last fletching milestone behind 95 for those dragon darts that we did a few episodes back with a boost, and that's the second level since that big grind at pest control making broad arrows to get 90 fletching. We can now with that level make both dragon javelins, which we won't be making because they sell for less than just selling the dragon javelin heads, and we'll never be making a ballista on this account, so they're worthless. But what we can make is redwood shields as well there at 92. We can bring a knife to redwood trees, turn 2 of them into a shield and Al kit for like 700 GP, but honestly the time wasted to do all that, probably not really worth it over just dropping the logs. But there we go, a cheeky fletching level coming in. Like I say, these last 2 levels have been almost entirely from log drops and bar drops from Zulrah, and of course metal bar drops from things like gargoyles, as you can see here. Ton of steel and mithril dart tips that I just make up here at the fishing guild with packs of feathers, and we get a nice bit of smithing and fletching XP somewhat passively. As you can see, I've also got rid of the whip, got rid of the Slayer helm, the defender. Inventory's looking nice and clean once we get rid of all these darts. We'll have a lot of spaces to go do the Tower of Life red spider eggs to make up these 190 clean snapdragons that we farmed from those almost 30 snapdragon seeds. Should see a nice bit of Herblore XP from these, so let's see. Alright gamers, here's a familiar sight, if you can call it that. We're back at Zulrah, the first kill back after our 99 Slayer journey, back on the grind for the Magic Fang, the final of the 3 uniques we want from this boss to upgrade our trident so we can go to Musper, and there's 1087 kills to start us off, and we're beginning with some death runes as well, which is good. Even though our trident's more or less full, we can always sell those, and we can start building our stack of scales back up again as well. So yeah, back to the boss. Hopefully we don't go like another 1000 for this next unique, because I'd quite like this video to be done soon. But yeah, now we have the SERP helm on us. The inventory's clear because we don't need the runes for Cure Me, of course. We don't have the Slayer helm in the invent anymore because we're done with Slayer, we've ditched that. But yeah, back to the snake. Wish us luck. Hopefully we're done here very, very soon. Then we can move on to the Phantom Musper and upgrade this heart. Okay guys, believe it or not, we actually managed to just complete an elite clue scroll from Zulrah number 1091 here. Let's see if we actually see a unique. I think we've had 1 elite unique so far on the account in that rainbow wig. So surely it's our time to shine with RNG. That's so depressing. So guys, been back at Zulrah now for a couple of kills. Gotta say, it's so much better now than it was even at the very start of this episode. Having the SERP helm, not needing the 2 spaces for the Cure Me runes. We've got an ornate pool in our house to really quickly heal. We can even hold on to any Zulrah teleport scrolls we now get as drops from Zulrah, as well as the scale stack, and still have ample space for food for 1 kill trips. Maybe we'll even get a couple of 2 kill trips as well. Just depends really how RNG goes. But yeah, it's honestly so much better. While doing our Zulrah grind for these 1100 kills, we've had anywhere from like 7 to 10 kills per hour, but I seriously think now with the ornate pool and the SERP helm upgrades, maybe we could stretch to bringing thralls, but I don't really think it's going to be worth the money. It's such a huge loss on the blood rune cost that maybe we'll be able to get something like 12 kills an hour or something at Zulrah. We could probably really push it, but yeah, having just a great time so far. Plus we've got a couple of stacks of manta rays, and I'm still using up tuna potatoes from that elite clue I just did, so we still haven't had to go fish sharks in between either. So the progress tonight has been rapid. We've got loads of Zulrah kills quite quickly, so it may be that our kills per hour generally has gone up now, thanks to those 2 upgrades we've got this episode in the helm and the pool. Alright guys, there it is, a lovely healthy 1100 Zulrah. All we're waiting for now, of course, is that Magic Fang 1 in 512 approximately, so we're a little over double dry for it, but I'm not going to complain anymore. I'm genuinely just so happy to have the SERP helm. Right guys, you know what it is, it's the moist slurps of Guthix. Sorry. But here we are, another week has passed, and this should be some Herblore XP. We're now actually only 90k away from 83, of course getting 82 this episode. The reason we're so close is, of course, we've done so much farming in Herblore, and we also put 50k into this from completing Karamja Elite, so that's cool. Right guys, here we are on Scenic Pirates Cove, with an Elite Clue Casket from Zulrah. We were somehow able to do this. There were 3 different Sherlock steps, as you can see here in the chat, so Elite Clue number 9 on the account. Obviously Elite's very hard for us to do because we're not allowed stash units, so let's see if we get anything. I think we've had 1 unique so far. Let's see if it's 2. That is just an Elite Clue, dude. 40k. But here's some good luck finally at Zulrah. It's the Magic Fang coming in at 1147 KC. Oh, no way. There it is. 1147 KC, Magic Fang complete. Oh, that's amazing. Let's pick that up before we DC or something, because my internet's terrible today. Hell yeah, dude. Oh, I'm so happy. First of all, though, we're going to attach our combat dummy, just throw on our old trident, do a max buff with the imbued heart, and just do an attack with this one. And you can see that our max hit is 34 with this current trident of the seas, and it also only has 15 accuracy. And here we go, guys. So here's the Magic Fang being attached onto our empty trident for the uncharged Toxic Trident. 25 magic accuracy over the 15. Looks so much more clean now. We look like an actual gamer. We now charge this with the same runes, but scales instead of the coins. But here we go. So let's throw on the imbued heart, throw on the combat dummy, and then see what our max hit is now. It was 34 before with the old trident, and now we've just gone up to 38. We've got 10 more magic accuracy and an additional 4 max hits for having this new Fang. That's insane. Plus 4. That's going to be such a huge difference if we do go back to Zulrah, which we probably will in future, just ad hoc for some more scales to charge our stuff, because of course now we have 3 scale-consuming items, and fishing the scales is a little bit slow. But for now, we are going to end the episode here, because we finally completed the stinking boss. It's now the 21st. We started this on like the 19th or something of the month before. We've been doing Zulrah a long time. 1147 KC we're finishing off on. We of course had our 3 Tans Fangs a long time ago. 500 teleports, which would make up 11 mil, which is nice. Almost 250,000 in Zulrah scales. Tons of alkaballs, supplies, lots of herbs and seeds for farming and Herblore. Of course, we got 82 Herblore this episode. Got that amazing ornate pool. We're halfway through the farming skill as well. I think we were like, what, 83 farming or something when we originally started Zulrah. We've got all these levels from here pretty much. We've had, of course, 1 Fang, 1 Serp Visage, tons of runes, manta rays, and of course the herbs to make the super restores and ranging pots we've used to fight this boss. So pretty much all our supplies have come indirectly from this boss. And then we of course had our insane train of rare drop table rolls during this episode, as you can see here. But there's just the loot. 113 mil in real game value. Like I say, this session where we started on about 500 KC was a month, although of course there was 2 weeks of Slayer in that as well, so probably more like 6 weeks of Zulrah. And if we check in on the Zulrah collection log, we didn't get any of the fun items during this. We didn't see an Onyx, which we don't need but would have been nice for the log, and we didn't see any of the cool stuff, the jar, the pet, or the mutagen. Like I say, we might be back for ad hoc Zulrah because we do still currently have really good gear to kill it with, but for now, cleaning the inventory, and then I'm going to go edit the episode, and then next episode we will be back to fight the Phantom Muspa boss, and then go get this imbued heart upgrade, hopefully see some Venator shard pieces, some ancient icons, stuff we can break down into dust, make the grind a bit quicker. And then with those 2 things done, we have the cash now for our construction cape as well. We finished Zulrah, so we've unlocked the Corrupted Gauntlet, which is just insane. We'll be able to go there, earn our Bofa and our full crystal set now. So yeah, we've got huge things coming up for the account, and I also didn't even mention the fact we pulled 99 Slayer this episode, so this one has been massive, guys. Thank you for tuning in. The gear upgrades are coming thick and fast. Our DPS is so much higher than it was even 5 minutes ago. I'm so excited to progress. So thanks for tuning in as ever. I'll be back probably not as long of a gap for the next episode, because it shouldn't take as long to do Muspa as it did to do Zulrah. I'm estimating anywhere from 1 to 200 kills to just do our imbued heart, which is the only goal we have at that boss. Maybe go to DK's pull a dragon axe, and we'll be chopping 35,000 teak trees to get 99 construction. So yeah, see you next episode for Muspa, guys. Thanks for tuning in as ever. Drop a like, drop a subscribe if you want to, and drop a comment, and I'll get back to you. See you soon. Bye.